This is the ART BMC stem cell concentrator. It is used to fraction blood and isolate stem cells from the bone marrow. It comes with everything you see here. One 35cc syringe, one 10 ml syringe, one fluid path, and two female-to-female Lorlocks. You obtain the bone marrow using one of the two aspiration kits provided by Celling Biosciences. To load the device, we remove the cap from port A. We can keep sterility by attaching the cap from the fluid path, which is screwed onto port A, to the cap from port A. We then introduce the blood to the device by removing the top cap, screwing the blood-filled syringe to the top, and slowly filling the device. Use steady pressure, but it's very important to note that the last 10 cc's of blood should go very slowly. The device itself will hold 60 cc's of blood, but there is a possibility that there could be some overflow from the opposing cap. As air escapes, some blood may come out of this particular area. Once the device is fully loaded, remove the fluid path and discard. Now, put the original sterile cap back on port A. The device needs to be weighed against its counterbalance and loaded into the centrifuge. After the centrifuge is stopped and the top is popped open, remove the device from the centrifuge. You will see that the blood is now fractioned. The upper aqueous layer, or the PPP, is a yellow, clearish fluid. The bottom is all the red blood cells. Between there is our target cell population, known as the buffy coat. Before you attach the syringes to the device, be sure to unlock them from their original position. You do this by pulling back on the plunger and then putting it back into place. Do this for both syringes. We are now ready to process the blood. We attach our first syringe to port B. Unscrew the cap and screw on your unlocked syringe. We now want to lower our collection window. We do this by spinning the orange thumb wheel counterclockwise in the down direction. You can see that two white O-rings will emerge from the top as the piston lowers. The goal is to place the bottom O-ring on top of the buffy coat. The best way to achieve this is by looking at the buffy coat from a downward angle. And you can see that the bottom O-ring is resting on top of the white buffy coat. When you are ready to pull the plasma, you move this dial to draw and slowly start removing your plasma. The syringe will begin to fill. You stop when you see air bubbles in the syringe. This means that you've pulled out all the fluid and only air is left. Remember to put the dial back to neutral before you remove the syringe. Or you can save this plasma by moving the dial to reserve and pushing the contents into the back chamber. The plasma stays sterile and can be used to supplement volume later. We will move our dial back to neutral and remove our syringe. We now will attach our 10 cc syringe to port B. You now want to lower your collection window again. And the goal here is to put the top O-ring into the Buffy coat. You will actually see it disappear. Once our collection window is in position, we will move our dial back to draw and use a forceful motion to remove the bone marrow, like so. Be sure not to pull all the way back on the plunger. You do not want to accidentally pull the plunger out or have no room for air in there when you are done. Just like that. We put the back to neutral and we remove the syringe using the following technique. We pull back on the plunger and we unscrew at the same time to ensure that all liquid goes into your syringe. Remove the air from the syringe and you are now ready for your injection or to mix with any bone graft on the back table. To supplement or add volume to our stem cell syringe, attach it to port B, move the lever to reserve, and start pulling the PPP from the back chamber. Stop when the desired volume is achieved. Again, put the lever back to neutral, pull back on the plunger, and unscrew the syringe.